just kind of like joined up the setup for the balancing the phone. I worked there before I went live, but of course it won't work now when in live, naturally. Sod's law, isn't it? Never fails. Well, that'll have to do. It's not really the best lighting system, but I just kind of, I think that's, I don't know, maybe flooding out with lights. I've not got the extra torch with. It is a wee bit later, right enough, but I'm just messing about because it looks a bit, the screen looks a bit crap at the moment. Hi, hello whoever's joined me. I just try to fix the lighting because it looks a wee bit not very clear. I don't know how well you can see that. See, it's not very clear. I don't know. It looks like it's awful. Like the screen is just sort of too white because I've got a light above the stand here and I'm trying to adjust it because it looks clearer there, but I don't know. Don't think this is going to work, is it? The way I've got it set up. Sorry, I've not got any rehearsals or practice or anything. I might move the seat forward. I'd never drive like this because it's way too far forward for me. Like, I've got the seat right back normally, but the way I've got this, I just didn't want to be holding the phone too long. Nah, it's just gonna, looks like I'm gonna have to hold the phone. Put the seat back. Sorry about all this mucking about. I'm just trying to get this to. That looks like it's a sharper picture now, but I'm gonna have to hold the thing with it. Okay, fair enough. Right, so I just want to mention just some of the things that I've been doing lately. Some of the things I've discovered, I suppose, in some ways, or stumbled upon. I've got them all written down. I've got stuff. But usually when they're on the camera, it just kind of, everything goes all buggery, as always. Never fails. Just warming up. Hello, whoever's joined. I've just got to see you. Yeah, I was back when Guy Fawkes there just passed. I was looking around about the Dundee's Kirton housing scheme. They had their firework display. Well, they had their own bonfires and own fireworks. It was done by the, I suppose, the groups of youths and that. You're kidding me. I don't believe it. Somebody's just come on here and commented. I know who it is now. Oh God! I didn't realise you're going to be on soon. To be fair, I kind of feel a bit awkward now. Oh, I didn't expect it. I really didn't. The first thing that came up. Anyway, I better get on because I want to get through this week. But hello, I'm glad you joined. Yeah, where was it? I was Kirton had their own display. It was mainly done by the gangs and the groups of youths. It was in the papers and everything. The previous Halloween they had like riots and it was wild. So I actually went to Kirton on the Guy Fawkes pasture just to see it. I just wanted to learn what was going on, just to see what was happening and that. Like, it was pretty mental. Like, it was wild, yeah, quite wild. It was like last year as well. Halloween last year, they had the riots. I'm just looking at it. It's all good. Just your local snitty. Oh no, it didn't make us laugh. I know what you've put there. I can't help it now. You have to come on and just start making us laugh. I've got stuff on my mind. Yeah, I remember. Well, I've got to try and I've got to remember that others that are watching, I don't want to take up too much of their time as well, because this could be watched at any time. Like, it's not necessarily watched right now, it could be watched later. But yeah, the Kirton riots were last Halloween, I was driving the 18 bus through Kirton, and it was just mental. I saw the riot police with, lots of riot police, police vans and everything. I saw a firework being thrown at ricocheted off the road. But apparently this Halloween that's just passed, there was another similar sort of incident. But I was working as well, but on the other side of the town. I was working on the Broughty Ferry services, so I didn't see anything. I went back on the following day to see the aftermath, and there was an old derelict house. It was a disused, an empty house. It was vandalised apparently. I didn't see it happening, but just reading by what the report said, it was vandalised. So and I went and seen a vandalised house there. I saw a police radio as well in the pavement. You'll know what I'm talking about. you stood me corrected because I sent you a private picture of that when I spotted it. Oh, right, no, I was just looking at other things here. So that was Halloween. But I then decided to go to Kirton again during the Guy Fawkes fireworks, and I got footage, more private footage. I'm not going to publicise that because it's just not what I want to do. I just want to keep that for myself. There was lots of people looking and taking photos, and I wasn't any different. I was just really I'm not doing it to deport anybody or anything like that. Absolutely not doing that. I'm not doing it for any other reason other than for me, just to have a look at my photos that I'd taken of the fire. And they had a fire on the road as well. I actually saw the fire on the road. They had Balgibbon Avenue had fires going across it. They set fires to, I think they put some sort of supermarket trolley with maybe wheelie bins as well and other items and put it on. And assuming this is, let's put it this way, I saw a fire on the road and the road was closed and there was police and everything there. And it was just like mental, absolutely mental. Anonymous. Oh, hi. Hello. So yeah, I had to be careful obviously because it's wild like that. You got to be. I wasn't wanting to. I'm certainly not going to get involved in it or anything like that or do anything. I was completely out of staying neutral. I was there and I wasn't there, if you know what I mean. I was just there to see what was going on. That was it. So. In a way, it was sort of quite exciting, but that was the only reason. It's not, obviously nobody wants riots. I don't want a riot to happen, but if there was rioting going on, I wanted to be just to see it happening firsthand, learn what's happening, and that's it. So it was pretty nuts, it was pretty mental. So that was the Kirton riots. Apparently it's happened before, not just last year, but the year before that. It was 2021. I might have to it was Guy Fawkes 2021 when they had a big bonfire as well, and it was pretty wild. There was motorbikes doing wheelies all over, cars screaming up and down. It was just nuts. Oh, here we go. These riots were mental. Apparently Glasgow and Edinburgh had them. Yeah, that's right. I saw some articles. I read articles about that Glasgow and Edinburgh were having these riots as well. I don't know what it's about. It just seems to be something that's happening. It's we've all got our views on how it's allowed, or how it's not allowed, but escalated to the level that it has done. It gets to these insane levels, but and it's happening in other places as well, and just wondering why and how. It's just an easy date for them. It's quite mental. It reminded me of what street gangs are like back in the 80s. The ones I saw in Dundee and that, it was a bit more commonplace. It was just the sort of normal thing you see, like fires. There was more bonfires, stray fires and that. There was more gangs outside hanging about shops and stuff. And I used to go around in the buses in the late 80s, and I would see the bus windows getting put in. There was one Halloween, in fact it was Halloween 1992. I remember it very well. I was on the last 17 bus from Whitfield going to back home to Minnesota, and there was a gang upstairs, and then as the bus got around the back of Whitfield, they kicked out all the windows up, on the upper deck. They kicked it out, and then there was a gang outside. As the bus was passing, they threw stuff up with the bus, and then it continued on. He didn't stop. He just kept going to the terminus, and then when the bus got to the terminus, there was a gangs there as well. There was probably about 40 at the first. There was probably about 30 of them upstairs. I passed a gang of 30 going down along the road onto the back of Whitfield, and then we got the terminus. There was probably another 30 there. So I mean, it was just wild, and that was Halloween 1992. I remember it very well. It was the back of 10 at night. It was the last bus going back home out of Whitfield back home to where 9 Miles was. Oh, I'm over Dundee. Hello. How are you doing? So yeah, Kirton riots were just, it was just nuts. That's what it reminded me of, as I say, way back in the 80s and 90s. It was, you used to see a lot more gangs outside shops, and there was just more gangs in general, and it was just normal, but seeing the Kirton instance and that, it just kind of reminded me of these times, the kids that are, well, I don't know, the youths that are allegedly involved in these riots were, they won't remember the 80s, obviously. That'll be, quite wild for them at the age they're at, but it certainly reminded me, because I remember a time when it was just sort of, it wasn't like that all the time, but I mean, like the weekends, Friday and Saturdays, you'd hear the gangs chanting, and the shops were a magnet for them, play parks were a magnet. But nowadays it's the internet, I think, that social media, I think a lot of that keeps a lot of people more at home, I suppose, or more in one central area, and just instead of going meeting places and meeting people at places, it's more than online now. But as I say, that Kirton riot was sort of like a scene from a gang related sort of scene from the 80s and the 90s. It was just like old school wildness, old school gang behaviour. That's just scary. I was on the bus one day and there was a kid shooting a staff member at the store at Big Wee. Yeah, it's just nuts, eh? I mean, do you remember sometimes in the late 80s, I think kids threw gas canister in a bumper near the top of the Hilton, yep, and the explosion was heard as far away as a ferry. Yeah, I heard about that one, yeah, I heard about I thought the gas bottle for thrown in the fire at the top of the Hilton was, I thought it was in the early, I thought it was 92 actually, 1993. I thought it was the early 90s, but that probably could have been that as well in the 80s. It wouldn't surprise me. I think it was where there was a scrapyard or something. Was that where they got the gas bottle from? I'm not sure. But I did hear about that, I remember hearing about it. I didn't hear the explosion, but I certainly heard about that happening at that time. I thought it was pretty mad, like, I mean, Jesus, that's crazy. A gas bottle, I mean, it's just nuts to throw that on a fire. These things are, they're deadly. They're designed, I mean, they'll blow up, but they're designed to fracture, I think, so they don't go into fragments. They just burst in the seal point, and there'll be a big shoot of flame out from it, and it ruptures rather than exploding in many bits. It's not a thing I would like to be near, but that could well have been early 90s, yeah, not too sure. I think it was put on a couple of years ago. Yeah, I think it was at the back of the Safeways, isn't it? Was that a bit there? There used to be a Safeways where Tesco's is at the top of the Hilton. Sure, that was used to be a scrapyard there, I think. And I thought that's where they had the big fire with the gas bottle. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, they were attacking I did see things, and I'm not going to sort of name any or say anything, but I witnessed things being thrown at the police vans and that, and emergency services, fire. I saw it. from even 2 years ago, Guy Fawkes, and just recently as well, I witnessed, I seen it happen, and I was like, Jesus, this is nuts. It's like wild, you know. Squads of them. It just, as I say, it was just like the old 80s. It was just absolutely mental. But yeah, curtain riots, that was something. I'd done an article actually last year regarding the Halloween, 2022 Halloween last year at Curtin. I'd done a video article about it. You know, I made the article and put it on my channel. I put it on shortly after the Curtin riots. You can have a look at that if you want, if you're interested in seeing what I put on it. I want to know what happened to the petrol station. No, it closed and it's fenced off now, has been for the past year. Aye, that petrol station, yeah, it's shut down. They shut it down for, I think, from what I heard, I haven't heard officially, I've just heard rumour that it's meant to be the building houses or something on it. Redevelopment work or something. I used to go to that garage all the time. I had a good jet washer, 2 jet washers. I used to go there all the time. And then they just decided that was it. No more. So they closed it down. I actually done an adventure in it. Me and another person, another mate of mine. I've done a video on it. It's on my channel. We went in. We didn't break in. We never ever break into buildings. We never do that. If it's already open, which it was, then we just went in to have a look. And that was all it was, just to have a look, take some video footage and photos, and that was it. It's on my channel. I shared it on Dundee's Facebook. Dundee History Facebook as well, because it is nil history. I've put loads of stuff on that history one, like the old South Martin Hospital and adventures. Funny enough, actually, talking to that student, you reminded me today. Actually, I went up to have a look at I got a suggestion. Well, the last live stream I'd done, to go and have a look at an old derelict building or a house up by the Blairgowrie Way. I actually went up and had a look at it. It isn't derelict. So I've got to watch. I don't want to say like too much about that, but if whoever's, you know, you'll remember whoever watches it whenever you comment. It's the one with the 70s cars in it, or had the old 70s cars in it. Well, I went up and checked, and I mean, I went up to the area, and it's definitely not derelict. It's in use and it's well looked after, but I can't really name these places because it's not up to me to do that. It'll still be open enough to be a... Oh no, it's no open house. That garage has been... that's all boarded up. You won't get anywhere near it. Nah, they won't get into it now. It's all closed off. That was like shortly, not long after it closed down. Somebody had broken in, you know, took the board off, and it was already off and it was open. So all we did is just have a look and just to have a look at the video, make a video record of it, and it was just a weird edge. Yeah, there's something else, but I've got it written down. Oh no, what's happening? Hang on. I'm just going to adjust this a second. I need to get a drink of water, and I'm going to balance my phone there just for a second. I don't know what's the battery on the... No, it's probably going to fall. Well, probably fall. Yeah, I'll try and get through the things I wanted to say. I don't know, is that coming through clearly? I don't think it is it? Because when I look at the screen, it looks awful sort of drowned out or saturated. I can't really get the lighting correct. As usual, I've never really got it prepared, but if you flip your sunshade down, glare might go away from the lights above. Aye, well, that's maybe a good point actually. Let's just try that suggestion. Aha, no, no. Well, what it is, students, I've got a backlight on the selfie stick, and I need to have that there, because with that off, actually, you know what, there's actually 3 settings on there. I don't know what's setting. So I could probably just get away with that. Yeah, right. I think I've solved the problem, so I could... I don't know if you could hear as well, though. I might have to move a little closer, because I know the microphone, because I've checked back on some of my lives, I know that it could be a little bit quiet, and the microphone, I wouldn't normally drive this close, but I just need to be a little bit closer. Yeah, that did help. It's acoustic light, great. Can't hear. See, sometimes there's a big arrow in there, you know, right in the middle of the what do you call it, the chart. They've got this arrow, this blue arrow. It's right on the thing now. I've noticed that on lives, and I can't read it until it decides it's going to clear. Yeah. So the other thing is regarding. I won't name the Pacific companies, but call centres. I was on the phone to the call centre earlier on today. Now, when I speak to the call centres lately, the so-called person that's answering, the accent's usually foreign, so it's not really so easy to, you know, there's a bit of a language accent or barrier that makes it difficult. I've sometimes had to explain a few times, and I sometimes have to ask them to repeat because it's sometimes difficult to understand on certain call centres that I've had dealings with. Now, this one earlier today, I won't mention it, but it's the principle I'm just going to talk about. I get the feeling that some of them, or the majority of them, or a lot of them, I don't know, I just get the feeling anyway that the so-called human that's meant to be on the other end of the phone, I don't think they are. I think it's just artificial intelligence. I think it's like it's mimicking a human. The reason I think this is because when you speak to a human, you just know subconsciously you're talking to a human. You know that the way they respond back to you and stuff like that. I mean, that simply says I was speaking on behalf of somebody, and I am this relation to this person. You know, it was basically I was speaking on behalf from my dad regarding something, and I was, you know, you would understand right away what that means, you know, and his son and my dad. But the artificial intelligence that was, or the artificial voice or artificial so-called humans meant to be, just didn't really quite grasp it. The whole thing just went silent, and then it suddenly went back on again, and then was conversation. It was just like pausing the tape. It's like the artificial intelligence didn't quite understand it, had to process it, make its decisions through its logic gates and all the software that's pre-written in, and then it comes up to the conclusions, and then it'll unpause, and suddenly the noise comes back on, and we're in a different part of the conversation. You know, it's just not how a human would react, and I just know that because of I mean, what, 48, so I've been interacting with humans all my life, right? So I know the difference between interacting with a human and interacting with something that's that I would find really odd that isn't human, because humans would pick up you pick up the traits subconsciously. You know, even when you're on the phone, you just know when you're speaking to a human. Well, this isn't it. I mean, it's not just this call centre I was dealing with. There's other ones as well. Quite a lot of them, in fact. That's my feeling of it, anyway. And I think that because, like you say, there was other things as well. They had the exaggerated background noise as well. You know, when you think you're speaking to a call centre with other humans working on the phone, you know, it used to be you wouldn't really hear much at all. It'd be very faint, if anything. You wouldn't really think there was much. You just somebody's put you on hold. Well, this one, right? They had to exaggerate it. They had the noise level of the background to a ridiculous level, so I could actually hear the conversations going on with all the other ones for all around the room. And this is to supposedly to convince me that I'm speaking to a call centre with a human being and all these other humans working on the phone. There's a what? That's just to make you think you're speaking to a call centre. I had it to the point where I just about thought that she was speaking to me on the phone, but it was actually supposedly the other client, whoever it was, because it's, they put in this added background noise to make you think you're speaking to a call centre, with humans, when it's just an artificial intelligence. The other thing as well that just blew me away with this is that, like, when they went and done a query, the so-called human had to, it says, you could tell by the way they talk, it's just not human. It was just too much, like there was processed. It was like they were processing what you. So in response, the responses they gave back were delayed, and it was like there was a wee bit of a process going on before the simple answers would come out. Whereas a human would just do it instinctively, whereas artificial or robot or computer, or maybe not a robot because you're not seeing them, but the computer algorithm or computer software is imitating human call centres. It's got to process certain things. We know things when we speak to one another. We know we've been used to it since just natural communication. Whereas a computer would have to process things and come up with the logic things, the next match, the nearest match as to what's said. It's like if you put something in on Google search, for example, it'll come up with stuff that's completely and utterly unrelated to what you're saying. Well, it was a bit like that with the call centre. Whereas a human would know. It's like a human would say, I know what you mean. I understand what you mean. We humans could do that because we understand exactly what we need amongst each other. Whereas artificial intelligence hasn't got the capacity to understand I know what you mean. It doesn't have that. But it will try and imitate that by having this sort of, the exaggerated cough or the deliberate stutter or the deliberate sort of, like canned laughter you used to get on comedies, or you might still do, this artificial laughter that makes you get the feeling. But it's like that, kind of the artificial reactions, just a load of, you're supposed to convince us and speak to a human like humans would talk like that. It's artificial intelligence. So it's analogous to speaking to a computer. It's just imitating a human call centre. There's no danger as that human I was speaking to. Just no way in it, no way. I won't buy into it. And then they had the other thing as well, right after it. It feels like when you're on the phone. Chris here, fine. Yep, that's fine. Oh, good, I can read it now. It feels like when you're on the phone, you have to make those noises to prove you're still. Aye, that's right. Sometimes you've got to, because it completely goes quiet. It's like you're disconnected. You're like, am I still here? Am I still connected on this? And then, but they were having this background sound added to make you think you're in a call centre, but they had it too loud. They had the volume way too loud because I could hear about 3 different conversations. There was actually one point I thought, because I was speaking to a so-called male, a bloke, right? And there was, the way you've got to have this mixture of, to make it seem authentic, that's the word, isn't it? You've got to have it authenticated it by having like different males and females and different ages and different accents. So to give us this environment, it's a working environment, it's a call centre, and the so-called female voice, is supposedly next to the caller that I'm, specialist in dealing with. And I could hear the words clearly. In fact, at one point I thought she was actually speaking to me. It was just ridiculously loud. And when it was originally the call centres, it would be, you'd firstly hear nothing. You'd hear a very faint background noise. And the accents and understandability would be much clearer to understand. But this is the thing, this is the bit that really gets me. So the accent was, I won't name the Pacifics because I'm not going to name any Pacifics on here, but I'll give you the principles, no problem with that. There was accent, there was an original, it started off with a certain accent, right? And then they go away to do a query for me, and then when they come back, the accent's slightly different. It's slightly different. It's got like a, the hell with it, I'll just say what, it doesn't really matter. It was like an Asian accent to start with, for about the first 2/3 of the conversation, and it was supposed to be the same person that came back, and this time I had a slight American tinge to it as well, a Yankee kind of accent to it. Right, so suddenly you're going to speak to somebody who's got one, like an Asian accent, and then they go away and just say, oh, I'll just check with you, you know, in that sort of demonic, or the, not demonic, the sort of monotone or the artificial tones that they had to make it supposedly human. So when they come back, a slightly different accent, a slight American tinge to it. I picked on that right away. I didn't say nothing to the algorithm. I just got on with the business that I was needing to do because I had to get something done urgently. So I got thought I'd needed done eventually, but sometimes it could get really frustrating because the line could be terrible. You're speaking to them, it breaks up, it's crackling, you can't understand them, and it's just a bit iffy. Now that's to make you think that it's just a bad line or it's a poor, you know, accent or language barrier issue. I think it's just so that they're ironing out the AI, artificial intelligence. You know, they've got to sort of tune it in, you know, tune it out, iron out all these bumps, so they'll just disguise it as a broken line. Suddenly the line will break, it'll go silent. You know, it's just it's actually quite fascinating. It's quite alarming as well, that how it's quite spooky actually, you know, that I think you're speaking to a human and it's just a computer. I think that anyway. I don't know, I can't prove anything. I just say how I feel, and then just saying what I feel here, and that's what I think, sort of feel about it. It'd be interesting to what you think of it as well. Just thought I'd mention. Oh, what's happened to the charts? Oh, what's going on? Maybe it's just they come and go. I don't know what's happened to them now. Oh, look. Oh, there we go. I can't see. I think authentic. I could just see a bit of the one. I can't read the rest of it because there's a bloody arrows there. So the other thing as well, right after that, they're also very much interested. It's like the highlight of the whole thing. They're very interested in getting my feedback, a survey, right? To the point where they sent another message to ask me, you know, how was my experience. Now, the only reason they want this survey to know my experience is so they could get feedback on how well the artificial intelligence performed. I mean, it's not really that important. If it was a human, why would they really care? As long as the business is done, what I was phoning for is sorted, well, that's it. That's all I'm caring about. I don't care about the experience. I hate waiting on the phone for ages. I hate waiting on an answer. I hate getting put on these bloody waiting lists that you've got to wait forever before you get an answer. That annoys me. And then when you get through to someone, you've got to explain it because you don't understand it, and I can't understand it, and the line's broken. Yeah, I piss anybody off. But the point is, it's more that they're interested in feedback, I would say, so they could adjust the AI. I mean, who gives it? And it's like it's a big issue with them. They're saying, oh, we'll send you, this is important. It was like a completely new subject. Or we'll send you an email with a survey, and could you fill it in? And then I get a text message as well. What was my experience with this? You dealt with a so-called person called, yeah, I don't need to name specifics, but with a certain person. And I didn't give a damn. I was wanting was just to get the business done that I was on the phone for, and that's it. When I want to do a call, I want to get answered quickly. I want to get through what I need to get sorted, done as quickly as possible, and that's it. I don't really give a monkeys about anything else. I just want to get what I'm phoning for. I want to get that dealt. I couldn't care about the service. Oh, was it a flight? And yeah, flight, but you know, just get the one what I need done. Answer the phone and stop keeping us waiting. That kind of stuff. I think that light's starting to die actually. It is. The battery on that isn't very long. It's yeah, battery's starting to go on the light. So I don't know what I'm using flat my battery on my car, on my dad's car, because my car's still in for getting its engine done. Ah, hang on, I wonder if it's Lidl. Oh no, it wouldn't because it's different. Shite. Well, oh wait a minute, wait. I forgot about this. Hang on a second. Shit, what have we done now? Aha! I forgot about that light. Because this is my dad's car, you see, I don't know every little thing. I'm getting to know more now because of my car's on for. I forgot about that. Oh, that solves the problem. It won't flatten the battery because it's just one. If you put the main light on, there's about 3, and then the back ones come on, that will flatten the battery. The battery on the selfie stick's just a wee watts battery thing. It doesn't hold as much charge, and it just flattens. You only got what? How long been on? 35 minutes. Well, 35 minutes is how long you get it on full charge. Jeez, I didn't realise I was on that long. Right, I better start rattling through the stuff I want to talk about. So, the artificial intelligence, I just call them fake call centres. Fake humans. They're not real humans. They're not speaking to a human, they're speaking to a computer under this guise of a human. As far as I'm concerned now, that's my experience lately. It's been coming more and more of it now, you know. I actually find it quite fascinating and spooky, scary as well. You know, it's alarming. Just there might even just be, you don't know how far on they've gotten with technology. You know. But so I haven't filled in the survey yet. I don't know what to put on it. I could probably just say, look, stop that. Convince me that this is a human. Just turn that background racket down so I could, you know. Because at one point I really thought she was speaking to me, but because they turned the background noise up to make us think it was at a call centre. It was to a ridiculous level. I thought the caller, that was, the background, it was that loud. It was actually that loud. I thought she was speaking to me. That's how ridiculously loud I had it. No call centre needs to have it that loud. That's just to convince, that, oh, you're in a, to make me think that I'm dealing in a call centre and there's all these people at desks working, where it isn't. It's just a computer I'm speaking to. I probably said I don't have to pay the staff. I don't know what it is. It's just spooky. But it's interesting as well, fascinating. But I just mentioned that. That's my feelings on it. I can't say that's what it is. That's how I feel about it. So I haven't filled in the survey yet. No, what was that? So something else was doing. If it's on noise, to convince me. Oh no, it's that American one. So feedback. Yeah, well, what's the name? Oh, yeah, that was one thing I was going to mention as well. So regarding the white sun. No, I'll just seem utterly bizarre to those that don't really understand what I'm referring to. But I've mentioned it before in other videos about the strange weather we've been getting, the strange cloud formations, sun light level formations, and the way the sun's behaving differently, different colours. The way I remember it is that in the 80s, 90s, and up until even into the 2000s a bit as well, the sun was a kind of, originally it was a yellow, warm, softer glow of light in the sky. It was a warmer, more of a positive feeling. I felt more positive when the sun was out. It felt like it was a warm glow, yellowish, golden kind of colour. Now, the sun lately, certainly, well, I'd say within 10 years anyway, within these fairly recent years, it's kind of got more of a whiter, hotter, nippier, more of an irritable feeling, negative feeling, something like a nippier feeling. It just doesn't feel the same as a nice, warm, gentle, positive feeling sun. Now, I was at Cluny Reservoir earlier today, and I was enjoying the nature, just looking at the reservoir and the sun. It was nice, peaceful. It was cloudy-ish, but then the sun came out, but it was the white sun. It was the one that feels cold, that feels nippy. It makes you feel irritable, like you're itching, sort of like, that kind of irritable feeling, a kind of not very nice feeling, negative feeling. I've got footage of it actually. I took it on this phone so I could show you, well, on this device, a phone, it's used as a device. I took it on here so I could show it on on this phone, on this. Oh, good evening, Jenny. I just saw the chat coming up there. Authentic, diverse, etc. Yeah. Right, so I'm trying to find where I've, because I took, oh no, did it tell me? I know what I've done. I forgot to, it's on that phone. I took the pictures, the video on that phone. I was meant to transfer it onto here, and I haven't got it. And there's no way I could do it while I'm on a live. Strain, you're the man, you'll know. Can I do a Bluetooth, something on that phone onto this device during the live? I don't think I can without breaking the live, could I? I forgot, I was doing other things earlier. damn, I was going to just show you. It was really just, you've seen it anyway. It was just a white sun, you know. When wasn't the yellow warm sun like that was once. But that yellow warm golden sun does make its appearance now and again. Depends on what region that you're in. I mean, it sounds utterly bizarre, right enough. I could understand you thinking that, but I've mentioned it before. But I know that there's something bizarre about the weather. If you go through different cells, different areas and that, like maybe different sun simulators, different suns, different weather cells and all this kind of stuff, you know. There's stuff on the net that goes into it, but as I said before, you can't really believe well, I don't get sick of that information, but I do go by what I remember. And I do go by the experiences that I experience. When I sort of drive through some areas, it could be the white sun. A few miles down, you come to sometimes, maybe just a bit later, you get this nice yellow golden sun again, and then it'll change. So it's oscillating. I noticed a big change in the weather and crazy stuff going on with the weather and the sun. Back in 2018 was a turning point. That was a big year for bizarre things regarding all sorts of stuff going on. I've got footage and everything of it, but that was before I did YouTube. So it was 2 years before I started doing YouTube. So I haven't really got anything YouTube based or any YouTube videos. But I've got the footage, but the problem is when I took these photos, they weren't, you know, taken with intent and putting them on public, you know, like YouTube or Facebook. So I'd have to go and dig them out, filter them out, check them, make sure that they're suitable to go on. Because everything I put online, I always make sure that it's to my standards that are suitable to go online. I don't just put anything up, check it through before I do that. But back then I took tons of stuff, footage from my own records, which I still have. I'd like to share them. But regarding the sun, I went up the Loch a lot and I could see that the sun's setting in the wrong area. The sun should set in the northwest. Well, in the summer, and then all through 2018 and since, it's just crazy. The sun was like, I mean, it's not actually. It wasn't. I didn't see it specifically in the southeast where it was not supposed to be, but what I did see was the light level, like you would see. So if you remember when it's the sun set, but you don't necessarily see the sun, it's maybe behind the clouds or something, that glow of light will be there in the northwest, because you know the sun will be there when there's light. It's the lightiest part of the sky, because that's the area where the sun's meant to set. Well, 2018, I've got the pictures and everything. I was like that in the southeast and in the south and everything. I had a big red ring right around the whole horizon. It was just absolutely bizarre and nuts. But as usual, I got all the denials, you know, and skeptics. You know, it's just normal, it's just dust and atmosphere and all that. They won't convince me, because I remember it was never like that before. It struck me as very unusual, to the point where I took pictures of it, and I've still got them. So as I say, I could probably show you them on the line some point. You've got to be kidding me. Right on the live. I just recording it. It's recording it. It's probably phoning me during the live. Right on the live. Always the same. Sod's law. Never mind. Doesn't matter. No, lost track what I was saying. Yeah, 2018. Yeah, everybody, well, there is some online and some few that I've spoke to in person that will agree that it's strange. But you go online, you'll get all sorts of theories online. But again, it's off a line, so it's just what you believe. But I know what I've experienced. I can tell you what I saw is just bizarre. I mean, there's no explanation as to why there would be a light level in the southeast. You know, I was just told when I brought it to attention, it's just dust, it's just reflection and all this kind of stuff, you know. It started off in 2017 actually, winter. It was the shortest day of the year, and however it was still too lighty for the shortest day of the year. That's when I started noticing there was something bizarre with the light levels. I remember it well because I was driving the bus, the 17, and I was looking over I was heading in the direction of the west, where the sun would be or should be setting at that time of the day, and it was just far too lighty in the wrong areas, and it was just too lighty in general. It should have been pitch dark, but it wasn't. It was still lighty after, glowing light at 5 o'clock in the evening. Whereas prior to that, I always remember it being pitch dark by about 4 o'clock. Well, 2017, shortest day of the year, which was the 21st of December. And I was on the run up to that as well, and just slightly after it should have been really pitch dark by the back of 5, and yet there was still a bluish glow, from the sun. The light that you get in the sky, and it's just kind of dusk. But it should have been pitch dark, because I remember years ago it had been pitch black. You'd see the stars and everything by about the back of 4. Well, this is pushing after 5 o'clock, and it was even getting on for 6 o'clock, and it was still kind of bluish dust colour in the sky, but it should have been dark. And then 2018, the year was just nuts for the weather phenomena. There was trails. You call it really, I get told that it's contrails. I've heard theories of chemtrails. I won't really necessarily say it out right here, but let's just say chemtrails, if they are, and they're spraying stuff out to control the weather. There is such a thing as geoengineering mentioned online. So, is it? I don't know what it is like, but I'm just saying what's out there online anyway. I do know for a fact what I remember, and it's bizarre. I could safely say that, because I know that there was something odd about it. So, going back to like the white sun and everything, I remember 2014, the summer of 2014, there was a white sun. I was sitting on my dinner break, after I'd done the first half of the bus driving, and I was on my break. I was sitting in the Ward Road Cemetery, the Health, and I remember the sun was beating out, that white sun, and it was burning. Actually burning. It was burning hot, literally stinging hot. A stingy kind of heat, rather. That's the word I was maybe trying to think. It was more of a stingy heat that makes you feel irritable and itchy and aggravated. That kind of. This is burning hot white sun. Whereas the yellow golden original sun wasn't a stingy heat. It was a warmer heat. You would get very warm if you were, in it long enough. But it wasn't an irritable, stingy heat, a nippy heat, like the white sun. What have you been doing tonight? Are you out and about? Oh, yeah, out and about. Oh, Oliver's. I know about Oliver. I don't have a proper sleep pattern. I'm always up late anyway. I'm probably going to bed about 4 in the morning sometimes even 5 o'clock. If I go to bed at before 3, like about half 3 or half 2, quarter 3, that's early for me. Well, I've always been up late. Right, I better get through the other things I'm going to mention before I end up making it too long. I don't want to make it too long. Yeah. So yeah, the white sun, that was certainly something that's not normal as far as I'm concerned anyway. It's not how I remember the sun. Originally, the sun was just, you wouldn't think anything of it. It was, you took for granted it would be nice and warm, yellow, golden, feel good, positive feeling sun. Not a white sun, it's nippy, it makes you feel irritable and nippy, stingy type, itchy type heat. It gives you itches and stinging, that irritable feeling, and the cold as well. Sometimes, when I say it's hot, when it is hot, it could be like burning hot, and sometimes it could be there and it could just be not any heat at all. You still feel bloody cold, and it's still white and burnt, bright. It's white. It could either be bright and white, or it could be and cold, or it could be bright and white, and it could be nippy hot sometimes in the summer. It could be really nippy. Like a stinging, like it's being zapped rather than being nice, warm, yellow, golden, uniformly spread heat. That's my experience. So the new customer service hours will explore for the answer phone or emails. Is this the shop open 7 days a week? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I know my mate works in the shop 7 days a week. Maybe. I'm on my holiday, so I'm thinking about work. I'll ask him when I see him again. Mate works in the shop sometimes. New customer service hours. Oh, God. customer service. I was talking about the, I don't know if you maybe weren't on earlier, Jenny. It was on about artificial intelligence on these call centres. I'm not naming any specific call centre. It's just I won't name the ones that I've had dealings with, but the ones that I've dealt with or had dealings with, I'd say a lot of them, more of them now, are these artificial intelligence, so-called humans that were made to think they're human, to try and convince us that they're humans we're speaking to, when there's that many things to alarm bells ringing to tell me that there is a computer that I'm speaking to. And it just blows me away as to how technology has been done like that. I mean, you know, we're meant to believe we're speaking to a human. That's quite spooky, quite scary actually when you think about it. Yeah. You know, imagine you're wanting, you're on the phone to someone, maybe in the middle of nowhere and you're needing to get advice or something that's pitch dark, maybe broke down, say for example, when you think you feel comforting when you're speaking to a human on the phone. It makes you should, but it does meant to. When you think that it might just be a computer you're speaking to, you feel disconnected, cut off, isolated, like there's no human, because it's not going to understand what you're going through. A human understands I could say the wrong word, right? But you'll know what I mean. If I put a misspelling, here's an example, because it's something I do a lot, by the way. I misspell something, you'll know what I mean, because you're human. But a computer won't. A computer doesn't understand that. I mean, I could put a couple of letters wrong, I could spell it like a complete mess, but you probably still know what I meant by the contents that I used it, whereas a computer wouldn't. And it's like that when it's speaking to these so-called humans that are algorithms, really. You say words and maybe say a different phrase or say it in a different manner. A human would understand, because you know what I mean. You know, I say it differently, but you'd know what I meant. And you would, because a human would. Whereas a computer doesn't. So what it does is at the end, the whole thing just goes quiet and silent. That'll be the algorithm processing, going through the flow charts, just taking what was last input said from me. Then it'd have to match it with what is programmed, and then come up with what's the nearest to that match. And then when it comes back on again, the conversation so-called starts up again, like I'm not meant to notice or that. It's completely a different part, a totally different wavelength, a different thing altogether. A human wouldn't do that, because a human would understand what I meant anyway, and we would just get on with the conversation fluidly, you know. Whereas a computer has to go through the processes, and then there's a delay. And the way it was speaking just wasn't right. The reactions were just not right. A human would probably understand. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, that's right. Of course. Well, they're trying to do that with AI, with the artificial coughs and laughs, and the artificial deliberate stutters and all this shite that they put in to make you think that it's a human you're speaking to when it isn't. It's just like canned laughter. It's not fooling me. I mean, it's not fooling anybody, because the reason to say that, it's not that it's smart or anything like that. It's just that I instinctively remember, because I've been dealing with humans for all my life. 48 years I've been interacting with humans, so I know what it feels like speaking to a human. I understand. You get the traits, you pick them up, but I'm not going to be convinced with that bullshit that computer that I'm speaking to is a human. Is that what a human? That's a computer. There's no danger that's a human. No way is that a human I was speaking to earlier. There's no way I'm going to convince. And when I mention it to some people, they think, it's just, maybe just looking into it too deep. We've all got the wrong opinions. Oh, shite. Here we go there. Lost the charts. Technically now is amazing compared to what is. Technology is scary now. I was away for a few. I was away for a few. That's how much longer will humans be in their jobs before some crap AI? Yeah, well, that's the thing. There might be a lot more AI than what we may think. So when they officially say that it's the artificial intelligence going to take over, it's actually already done. So it's too late, because it's done anyway. And they're just going to monitor how we react. We're fooled now. We're fooling some people that we're still humans here. When really it's been done a lot earlier. Then it's already been done. So when they come to just not even wasting their energy hiding it, because they won't need to hide it, it'd be just a waste of energy, then we're already adjusted to it subconsciously, because it's been done anyway. So I think the moment technology is invented is when it's when it all began, isn't it? As soon as you let yourself become dependent on technology, that's the ball rolling, isn't it? Where does it end? How far are they going to keep going with it? Scary, but it's alarming. Right, I'm just going through some of the stuff I was going to mention. I don't want to make the video too long. Oh yeah, there was what was the best one? I'll do the van banger. So I was busy at the weekend there. Saturday past. You've probably seen the thumbnail. There's a van. that's smashed in. That was at the Banger racing on Saturday. I went through to Lochgelly Raceway in Fife. They had the Scottish Championship for the van bangers, and there was an ambulance in it as well. An old ambulance. Well, it wasn't actually that old. It was an old modern ambulance. It still had all the sirens working and everything. It's just mental. It was us scribbled on, and I was fully dressed. It was like, you know, if you saw that ambulance, no danger if you just done that. I can't believe this. No. So I knew they were going to do that. I knew it. And on a live here, but I've got to remember there's others on here as well. I can't believe it's as spotted as. I can't you were going to sneak up on me. I knew it. And on a live, and my mates are just. I saw them in the corner of my eye, and I knew they were going to do it. They figured out where it was. Fair enough, but I've got others on I've got to think about as well. I don't want to ruin it. I know you don't intend on doing that, but I've got to reconsider it from other years. You made yourself look too obvious. I just remember I'm at a car park where there's nobody else about, so any movement, I'm going to see it corner of my eye. I know the car park well. I know what any movement, I'm going to spot it. I spotted you. You're down there. I saw you. That's why I'm facing this way. I could see what's happening there. I could see what's happening everywhere. And these lights go on as well when there's movement. Oh, I didn't. Nah, sorry, yes. I can't. You were going to do that. I just had a feeling. No, where was I now? I've got to remember the others that are on here. Yeah, the van bangers. I could see you. You're heading for the lift. I can see through the thing. No, I won't. Sorry, folks. I just knew they were going to do that. That's all right. It's okay. It's just a laugh. You're spotted. You're nabbed. Van bangers. Yeah, I had a great time at the weekend at the Lochgelly Raceway. The video's up, by the way. I made the video. I compiled it all, and what I'll do is I'll see you when I finish. I could. This is just unbelievable. I can't believe you're doing this. Oh, he's coming over. What do you do when this is when a live goes? I'll keep it running because he's fine. That's all right. I mean, I've got to watch what I'm saying though, because I knew you were going to do that. Oh, well, you're not at my channel anyway. It's okay. It's Strange Jennings. He's got his own channel. It's the first time we've actually done a live. Oh, look at this. Oh my, this is sprung on me. I'm not prepared for this. This is going completely sideways. This is going sideways. This is live and it's going on. Look at this. He's just come out of
No
it.
photo, no flash, no flash.
I know it is. You'll recognise the character if you're new to my channel. If you, I'll keep the live going because they're better on my channel. Oh right, you jump in the back. Yeah, what's the jacket? Yeah, all right. They just shot the jacket. This is really genuinely happening. I did not expect this to be going on. I'm getting hijacked. My live has been hijacked. And this is my genuine reaction because I had no idea that. Oh, I did. I kind of had a sneaky suspicion you would do that.
We came up here and back to it so quickly, but you still saw it.
Oh, I've actually had before.
This is a Dundee City Council car, probably being like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, right. So I've got to be careful.
funny.
I might have to end this live because
He is as well.
Oh, he's going out his ear. Yeah, he's alright. He gets us.
So it's a council.
Yeah. You've seen them. Mind.
Stay here, man.
Oh my goodness, Spider-Man. Oh, somebody's enjoying it. I'll keep it on then if it's. I think I've just seen someone going down. Well, you won't want to see it in here, yeah?
Well, I can do, yeah.
This is just kind of going completely and utterly unexpected. I've got to now re-exchange a levy, what are you all waiting things? You've gate grass for that. Oh, that is just terrific. That's good, is it? This is just permitted, is it? Oh, you're sitting on the thing, the ticket.
No, I'm not saying.
Oh, you moved it, good.
Oh, that's clever.
Good. I think I've not seen that. This is turning into Monty Python's
Monty Python sketch.
40 towers or something. Everything's just going out of bugger and all. I did not expect. I didn't see myself on his phone.
I know,
That's just nuts. That's just driving you. Oh, right. I'm going to try and get back to.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, because my viewers probably want to hear what I'm saying, so I'm going to.
Sure.
Now that I've got two other people in the car, but they've been on the channel. They've done the channel, so I'm not going about. I'll get back to the.
We can't watch what we're saying, don't they, worry? I heard that.
You heard that all. You heard that all. Spider-Man's going to sit there and listen. Honestly, viewers, I didn't know really that we're going to come down and really do that. I just said I'll bet, that kind of like sod's law.
Oh, did you say that? Did you?
I said I'll bet I do, and then here they are. You've done it. I kind of guess it's sussed out where I was. Keep the window.
Yeah, no, I said to Kane, I was like, what garage is he at? Because I thought it was a yellow background, and I went, nah, that's the bloody
I've seen you here.
Esso station or something.
Do you want to say anything to the viewers? Here's this over the
Olympia car park, it looks to me.
Olympia car park looks. Well, I won't. But I shouldn't say where I am on the live because
There's three of us here now.
there's
It's
three
not
now,
a safety
so
thing.
it's not. It's not. It's not
If we see you coming close, we're going to charge it. Yeah.
Spider-Man's going to
We
deal
don't
with.
hear about your kinks.
This is Gregor's cousins. If you watched the Halloween video that I've done, we've done that. We done point to point as well, didn't we? Is this your That's actually coming out quite well.
It has, yeah.
Aye. Yeah. That's because I thought, because it was when I started off my live, it was looking awful kind of like
I saw that, yeah. It looked awfully white.
The white, but
Washed it.
this light here is just gone flat. It's just a wee bit.
It's going to die, yeah.
Yeah. So just remember, this is all. There's no rewind button.
No, there isn't.
Right, so let's get on with it. I bet they're watching it. They probably clocked what was going on. Right, subject, because I kind my viewers, I don't want to leave them on. What do you call it? Just leaving them to watch. Because they were probably getting right into what I was saying, and I don't want to let them down. If you are interested. So where was it? I was at the Van Bangers. We've compiled up my video. The video is up. I had a good time at the Van Bangers, by the way. Nice to sell. It's a pity you just couldn't make it.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's a Van Bangers for him, and my cars are banging no brakes for me.
Aye, yeah, well, they were going to come along to the Van Bangers as well.
Not by Reynolds.
Hey! Renault's are French
Renault's,
cars. A lot of
yeah.
people don't like them. I love them.
So if you look back on my channel, I uploaded the actual edited video. Now I've put a lot of special effects on the video. You'll probably know that because you've seen my videos before. Now some of them probably wonder what the fuck's all this to do with it. Well, okay, I like to add my own sort of spin on them. I put my own kind of take on it, twist on it, yeah.
Portable dictionary.
And I put them on there just to get it the way I like to watch it as well. So I just shared it the way I done it for the context of the Van Banger racing. There's a light on actually for the Peters.
Is that? Aye, pretty well seen through the canopy.
You can see them very clear.
One above me. Oh god, they've got an individual switch.
I think
That's kind of cool.
I think I'll start this engine up now. Make sure it's out of gear and this will probably go flying again. Because the battery will be flat. It's going to get air con this, so I'm going to have to close that because they get this racket from the garage. And I'll put the air con on because it's going to get warm now because we're all here. We've got Gregor's brother, cousin Spider-Man back there. He needs his
This is going to sound weird, but it smells like a Ford. I'm not kidding. There they are again. Fords have a distinct smell. It's like they put something in the air conditioner or screen washer or something like that. They always smell the same.
Yeah, there's maybe a chemicals material. Oh, good, they're going to be there. There's supply.
Yeah,
There'll be a material. There'll be like a plastic or something that you use a certain component that gives
Every
you.
one of my Fords smelled the same as well.
I like that'll work.
What was that?
I've got this there to balance the.
Oh, is that what it's there for?
It's just so I don't need to keep holding this thing. I could get using as well.
If the battery, if the light's dead, you're not just better clipping it into the window, man.
Probably would actually, yeah. Why didn't I think of that?
Oh, you wouldn't be
Good
thinking of that.
idea. Yeah. I will actually just do that. Ours is going to fit. Let's just see.
Alright, well.
It should fit. Just like doing the life in the start.
This is his like Emma Home Bargains selfie stick, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, look, actually pretty good.
And just
good when it does
showing how
work.
much of a budget and on the machine. That's good.
No, it's not a bad thing though, because they make good stuff.
Yeah, what?
It's got a wee mirror on the back here, it's got a light, it had a switch on it. Yeah, it should have a mirror on it.
So, get that light on if you want that. They've got the engine on, so you could.
That's it.
So there you go. There's Gregor's. I don't know if most reviewers will be scared off or whatnot. Oh, it's an unplanned surprise. I'll really tell you that. Honestly, I'll move that out the road as well. You can see me. Now you can see the other two that have gate crashed my life.
Oh my goodness, Spider-Man.
That is.
As I say, I'll drive along and join the party, I'll let me a car park, it looks like too. That was an old message.
Ah, yeah. The
I thought there was more than that, my bad.
That's probably
Still two people watching, mind you, but
Yeah, they can watch this any time though. Eh? That's the thing.
true, yeah.
Because this is recorded as well. So,
If
yeah.
it's not live, you've missed us.
There was a couple of main subjects I was going to say. So yeah, the van bangers were. It was really entertaining. If you want, there's another meeting on at Lochgelly this Saturday, and it's the ordinary bangers. It's the car bangers that are on, so that'll be good to see as well. I'll be there and get the footage for you. You probably would have noticed on the thumbnail. You know that old JWT factory that went on fire?
Oh yeah.
It went on fire. It was set on fire.
Well, yeah.
Let's just say it's burnt
Awesome.
out again. I can't say it was set on fire, because I can't stop me to do that. But I could say that it's been burned out again. It's had another fire. So, what do you think then? You think it's arson or what do you think?
Most of it is, I would say so.
Yeah, well, it's suspicious. This is the old JWT factory in Wester Gurdy. That in the thumbnail. Was it? I got the pictures of the.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if I took them on this phone. Did I?
The updated fire, I don't have photos of, but
Video. You cannot take video. No photo, no flash, no flash.
Now I know it's Gregor's cousin, because he's got the same accent as Gregor's. This is just some of the Captain Riot videos.
Gregor's cousin Keane's cousin Gregor's. And was it Dave or Mike or whatever his cousin?
Captain Riot. You seen remember the Captain
Oh
Riot?
yeah.
It's just mental, that
Cheeky
man.
wee sods him, but
Oh god, it was wild. It was wild.
Fire was wild.
Absolutely wild. Oh, the use were wild.
and the fire went wild.
I burned into a ring of fire.
He's got a show on his own now. He's completely hijacked the show. You could
New TV show called Gregor's Game.
That's my cousin.
It's his cousin.
Who are you then?
I'm Spider-Man.
Oh,
It's
of course you
Spider-Man.
are.
I'm from New York City.
I can't believe you're
That's
funny.
Tennessee.
That Spider-Man thing.
That sounds more
Oh, but they're
somewhere in England than it does in America.
Well, when I feel a girl, I say you're the only 10 I say.
Oh, funny. And they say,
This is something quite alarming actually.
aye?
You know that I didn't even get a chance to show you these pictures. You know the Backwater Dam reservoir.
The backwater dam?
Yeah, where Dundee gets its drinking water from.
No.
It's up near north of Alyth. You've got two reservoirs. You've got the Backwater Dam reservoir and you've got the Lintratham reservoir, and both of which supply
That's in Blair,
Dundee
isn't it?
and the surrounding
Well,
areas.
that reservoir
with
there,
drinking.
it looks kind of small. But
That's the one.
Backwater.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that where we get our water from?
Yeah, we'll get
And
more.
it's that small.
But wait till you see the pictures that I took, the stuff that was in it, the substance that is in
Sorry,
it. This is what I'm
folks,
going to show
Spider-Man's got a dirty mind, apparently.
you. Spider-Man, what do you think when you see this?
It's
I don't believe it.
so small.
It's in this phone as well, isn't it? I just can't get out of this. All my pictures are on that phone. Yeah. So it's, well, there's this green substance in the water. There's the green,
that. Thick, yeah, that's what
thick
we're on
green substance.
Green algae.
Blue algae, green algae. Well, that's the
Blue
science
green or something, isn't it?
to say it is, but I've never seen it like that before.
My cousin Greg is going up to you.
Actually, am I able to do a Bluetooth while I'm alive?
What do you mean, like?
Yeah, I've got pictures on here. If I
Oh, I see what you mean.
Bluetooth it off of there onto here.
It would break the stream.
Ah, damn it.
It would stop it.
I would. Sugar.
Second you go off of that app, it goes off.
Yeah, I would do, yeah. Sorry viewers, I was going to show you the pictures that I've taken. I'm going to be making a video of it though, so don't be too disappointed. I'm going to be putting a video up with the footage that I've taken of this green substance that's in. Yeah, it's thick green substance. It's in the
No,
thing.
I'm laughing at him going like that every time you're doing something.
It's like oil. It sits on the top of the water,
That's a
like
bit gross,
like oil. It's like a kind of lighter than water. But when it comes to it's because of the volume of water in the
Was
loch.
it slightly less dense or something? Or more dense, however it works.
Yeah. Well, the nearer it gets to the deepest bit of the loch, I think that's where the slight current will be, where it drops through the valve. There's a valve house there, so that obviously it's going to have to run from the house into the loch, down where the water will eventually go into the water treatment bit. So that's the deepest bit. So there's going to be a slight current. But at the edges where the meets the bank, it's going to be shallow there. So the stuff's because that water's going to catch whatever's coming down from the. If, for example, it's coming down from plains, it's going to be everywhere. But the water's going to catch it. That's how oil. You know when you get oil in your an oil catchment, air filters and oil filter. You get like an oil.
Oil's a really bad thing for an engine, to be fair.
You could liquid or oil or whatever will catch particles. Water will catch the particles. Oil catches particles, stuff like that. And there's some substance you can put in oil in something that catches particles. There's something in drugs.
Aye, no, I think I get what you mean. Yeah.
Well, the loch's behaving like that because if it's coming from a plane, let's say it's coming from a plane, and it's coming from the air and it's falling down, it's going to be over everything, but the loch's going to catch it and it's going to be highlighted in the lochs. And I've noticed it on the puddles as well.
At least you'd assume they've been filtered. They
Well, you hope so,
usually
yeah.
water treatment is mega.
It's thick.
It goes through one filter and another microscopic. You know.
Yeah, they put ultraviolet light in as well, like to kill any bacteria.
I've noticed the Dundee drinking water tastes absolutely bogging compared to Perth water.
Talking of water.
Oh, that water's good,
You're going to be
actually.
struggling. What do you do when you get thirsty?
I can only drink bottled water since I moved to Dundee. I think the water in Dundee tastes just too chlorinated.
Yeah, there's something a bit
Too much
added to
chemicals,
water.
yeah.
They're actually,
You think the same thing, yeah?
Yep. Since recently, in
It
fact,
might have been Perth too, but if they have the same drink reservoir, but I didn't notice it in Perth.
very recently, water's got more of an AdBlue sort of smell to it.
Aye, it does.
You
It's-
noticed that as
yeah,
well?
it's like
Well,
turpentine or something.
It's not just in Dundee, I've noticed it in England and all over
Well, England's
different
hard
places as well. Yeah, well, I noticed this in it's countrywide, nationwide. This whatever it is, and smelling. I don't, it's not implying that I'm doing anything. I can only say what I've experienced, that I have actually smelt that
Yeah.
kind of AdBlue smell.
They'll definitely put something in it because it
Up as
stinks.
far as Johnny Groats, and it's as far south as my last holiday down in when I was in England. It was
That's right.
it was away down. It was in London. I was down in London for when I was doing the London. It was England excursion in
Some
of it
Wales
was
as
in
well.
London.
They do.
Yeah, when I was down in London.
It's from John O'Groats to Land's End.
Yep, well, this stuff, this smell, this chlorine, not chlorine, it was like the AdBlue you add for diesels.
It's stinking. Well,
It's like that.
AdBlue's pig's urine mix.
Yeah,
so-
that's right, yeah.
I don't think it's quite that, but I think it's got something in it.
There is something definitely odd about the water.
It does taste chemically like turps or spirits or something.
It's bizarre. I mean, it's not what I've noticed before. That's why I'm noticing it. It used to be you get a very faint chlorine smell, like if you got the swimming, you get that
Yeah,
chlorine
well, that's
smell.
fair, yeah, because that
That's
just
normal,
cleans it a
that.
wee bit. But
Well, no, it's there's something else added to it. Only in the recent years. But the another thing I could say about the water as well, I don't know if you've noticed lately, if you're making a cup of coffee, it used to dissolve the coffee.
it takes a while longer
It's
now.
longer now. Well, the vending machines are doing it, and it's not just my coffee. My mate in Edinburgh has also experienced this. This is just lately. So the water's behaving differently as well.
I'm not a fan of that. It's a bit gross.
cool. Yeah. It's,
But the thing is, my parents, this is the first time I've heard somebody agree with me that it tastes different. My parents have both smoked for like 30 years, so I do know. So they have like 2 remaining taste buds. But they say water tastes the same. Says,
Yeah.
no, it does not. I've got a really sensitive palate, and I can tell you it.
there's definitely something
gross.
different about water, yeah.
We should do a water test.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well,
See if you were to
I've
get
got
the
samples. I just took samples. I've got a sample of like green water. I can show you later on. Actually.
see if you were to get the little test strips from like Pets at Home and all that. They have like pH and pH
pH
and
for the
water
alkaline.
hardness and all that.
Yeah.
If you were to test that, it would be manky compared to something like that.
Well,
That stuff
Yeah.
tastes better than tap water, I'll tell you that. 'cause
There
that's the
is
stuff I
something-
drink.
Yes, right, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
between that and
It's,
Asda's version.
the reason I get that is it's cheapest, but it does taste better than the water you get at the taps.
Oh god, yeah. I go along to Asda and I just buy a 12-pack of water. They just take the piss out of him because he can't drink it.
I'll see about you later on.
Oh, didn't even win it. No, but the green water.
Big Spidey, shut up, you'll get a McDonald's soon.
No, the quarter been on this. But this green stuff is in the Backwater Dam Reservoir and it was in Lintrathen as well. And it's in Clato. In fact, the Clato one's
We've been there.
really thick. Clato. It's fucking mental.
I've not been
was
to-
it? The Clato's about 80 miles away from you. Backwater, maybe.
I've not been to Lintrathen, whatever he says.
Oh, I'll take you there. So I'll show you where to get there. It's a nice place, nice
Oh,
nature
yeah.
area as well. It's got a shed, you get a nice look at over the water like.
Maybe that could be another sort of point to point when I get our cars back.
Aye.
Clato
I
to
thought about
Fendrath into the
Clean
that
reservoir.
last one, yeah.
More clean.
Get a
reservoir.
good, well no, the one that you just backwater or something.
Backwater, yeah.
Go backwater, Lintrathen, keep
Clato.
forgetting that, yeah,
Hackham.
Clato. They're called stages. You be driving your motor, Spidey. The
You
Webmobile.
see, with them. How do you...
I can say, but I can use
It's
my
not like
webs.
spandex or
I
something.
use my webs to that.
Ah, that's what it is. Yeah.
They'd be like looking for a pillow cover, you'd see through it.
You're going to drive with that on, would you?
No.
Get
No, I
somebody.
use my webs.
I mind drinking
Actually,
water from streams when I
Yes,
used to
man.
go to camp as a kid. Yeah.
Ken what? The
Drinking
natural
water.
streams probably didn't taste that bad.
I've drunk water from stream when I go hiking. It's actually good. It's refreshing.
That's
Not
it.
much though, because you got to be careful with any
Yeah, that's true.
if there's a dead
Chemicals,
animal.
yeah, exactly.
chemicals.
Contaminants.
Exactly. Yeah. You just don't know.
Like contaminants over here.
You're a contaminant. You web shooting so and so.
So that's the green water. So I've got footage of it. I'm putting a video up on my channel regarding that because I've took footage and you'll get to see that when I put it up. The last thing was 8i Van Banners substance right son.
I'm going to have a nosy online for natural drinking water springs because apparently there's only one left in Scotland.
Oh right, okay.
You go on what you're doing, I'm just going to
Yeah,
find
well,
out. Yeah.
I think I've more or less covered the main points.
Yeah.
It's just the charts. It's on
Not
yeah,
necessarily,
drinking
yeah.
water from streams. Yeah, Jenny, I've drunk water from the streams. It's got to be a fast-moving stream and high up. Make sure the water's flowing, so it's not going to have
stagnant.
any stagnant. Exactly, because if the water's settled, it will gather up the algae and sort of become stagnant. So it's got to be fast-moving water. And it's the higher up the better because the less land is covered. If it's coming down by land, it could pick up all sorts of stuff. If you drink it the lower down, it's going to be all that land that is covered, and it could pick up all sorts of bacteria and root. But if you're up higher, like a big near the top of the higher grounds where it's not covered as much and it's fast moving, that'll be your cleanest water, I would say. Wouldn't you agree, Spider-Man? what makes you Spider-Man? What sort of water do you drink?
Spidey water.
Spidey water. Where'd you get that?
Not real big disco stores.
Not from a Tesco.
You shoot
Tesco's.
mix up water, you're sorted.
Scotland well,
Boil the water.
Leaving in Fife. That's the
Boil
only
it.
one in Scotland, Leaving.
Leaving in Fife. Oh, yeah.
It's literally at the end of a residential street. It's just an open spring well. That's mental.
Jeez, peeps. You could just go to a spring mill and then get fresh water.
Yeah.
Just
It's called Scotland
mental.
well or
It's
something.
fast.
Yeah. Scotland well.
It was very cold.
Well.
Yeah. Water keeps its temperature all longer.
Gonna make a point of going there when I get my car back.
Yeah.
The only photo of it is
I was looking for
What's it?
disused buildings earlier today.
Were you?
I won't name them.
there'll be a few.
There was one that I just had to check. Somebody made a suggestion in the last video. I went up and had a look, but it's certainly not disused. It's well looked after.
All
I
right.
get shot for
Somebody
that.
trying to get you into trouble, eh?
No, that's the. Blue Mini. Yes, you'll remember Blue Mini. Well, I'll read what you. I was drinking from a stream behind the Sidlows a few years ago. Tastes like it. Didn't get sick of it. Yeah, it's not bad. There's a lot of farmland at the Sidlows, so agricultural pesticides. I wouldn't. If it would be mountains, would be better. Oh, is it?
That's that well. It's an old, natural, historical sort of building. Ah, yeah, I can try and get that. There you go.
Yeah. So that's in Leaving, the natural.
It's called Scotland well.
Scotland well.
Scotland well.
Scotland well.
Yeah.
well.
That's in Leaving.
As you say that, well,
Leave that.
leaving. I've just left leaving.
It's a cold spring and it's free.
Free. That's a good word.
Right.
Free. Did you ever hear that word?
I know, yeah. There's hot ones that are paid for in that as well. But
Jeez.
hot springs, imagine going in a bath in a hot spring.
Oh yeah, Blue Mooney, yeah. I remember on the last, or maybe the one before the previous live stream, there was one of them anyway, you were on, you suggested a place where there was old, I won't name it specifically, but because it shouldn't, because it was, had 70s cars and that. Well, I went up there the day to have a look, because I was hoping it was still going to be abandoned and they would probably do an adventure. I was hoping to do that actually, but it wasn't. So I saw pictures online showing all these 70s cars and this place is abandoned, old 70s cars and all left there. There was a video online about it, which I'll show you later, we'll discuss that later. And I was hoping to get there to do that. So what, any ideas about abandoned places? Because I ken that there's a viewer that wants...
Dundee, just Scotland in general.
General Scotland, yeah. Abandoned places, because I was wanting to do another adventure.
I suppose that'd be alright, yeah.
Adventure at Strathmartin Hospital. Oh well, that was like Keane, which is a relative of Gregor's, who's a relative of you. You know
He's
what I
at home in his bed.
mean? He's at home, and Gregor's in a wee
You work 9 days in a row.
9 days.
Lazy boy.
Heard about that.
You're cool enough, but I've put the aircon your way if you want.
I'm good.
You're cool.
Lovely life here.
I just turned my vape off actually.
I guess it is.
Just it was blowing in my eyes that one, so I aimed that one slightly to the side.
It's burning with that's better.
But you'll be the one paying for it,
I
I
paid
guess.
for running at Sitting Island, but it's not keep warm, it's keep cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there was an old, there was Kilts, there was a...
There's Largo
Kilt
House in
Lineworks.
Fife. You ever heard of that one?
Largo House.
They're like an abandoned mansion type castle.
Yeah, bugger.
Imagine going to that. Ah, yeah.
This is a place we'd like to go to.
I would like to go there because it's not exactly a hospital either. A few of them are, but that's Largo House, yeah.
Wow. That could be our next.
Largely concealed from view in its own rectangular patch of overgrown woodland, ruined Largo House in the East Nook of Fife.
That looks exciting.
Sounds great.
Oh, there is a place. It was definitely abandoned when I went. You have to walk quite a bit through the woods. Are you sure it was the same place? Well, it was. See, what I'd done is I went back on the chat. I think it was actually the last live that I'd done. I went back on the chat and I read what it was you called it, and then I'd done a Google search. I saw a video as well that was made by other explorers, and it seemed to pinpoint where it was. And I went there, and I heard like a lawnmower going. Just cutting the grass. They were obviously looking after this property. It was far from abandoned. It had controlled gates. It was all the garden was all tidy and it was looked after. Gates were closed. It looked to me like it was a lot of money spent. It had the name of the place right outside it as well.
You might want to consider going to that Largo House. Apparently it was a training base for Polish soldiers during the war.
Was it?
So if you went with a metal detector, you'd probably find some bullets, some shells.
Have you got a metal detector? Not
You can
yet.
get one. Fairly
I think you've got a
simple.
lot
Yeah.
of
That's one
you-
thing that I can find,
What
yeah.
do you think?
We should go.
You should, well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think we should.
My cousin Gregor's.
Largo House was requisitioned by Ministry of Defence and became a training base primary for Polish soldiers.
You built that roof, just Spider-Man up the roof. You don't climb, you just climb up. Just
June 1941, it was the HQ for the 1st Polish Independent Parachute Brigade. Formed from the 4th, whatever, etc. Soldiers undertook pre-training at Largo House. And at a parachute tower nearby London Links.
London Links. Wow, that was not far from where we were. We done an adventure. Mind that place still has power on.
Oh my god. Right,
Yeah,
you might not get very far in that Largo House because it's a bit
Well, and
run
truly,
down, but
this is you gotta be
I'd say we go along and have a look though, yeah.
Oh, aye, get a look. I mean, it's like any time we do adventures, we're never breaking. We just
Well,
go and if it's
one's
already open.
completely abandoned,
Never
yeah.
breaking. And if it's open, oh yeah, Largo House is cool. Oh yeah, Ken's about this one.
Oh, Easiest way to access the ruins to follow a line of eastern driveway up west from the church in Upper Largo. passing the original gatepost. Beyond the row of houses on the right and the cricket ground to the left. Cross the metal gate, continue straight ahead over grazing land towards a wooded area. During the summer months, thanks to tree cover, the house is barely visible. To access the ruin, you must carefully cross the barbed wire fence that surrounds it. Be aware that exploring it is potentially very dangerous. It's derelict and a potential risk of falling masonry. Plus numerous natural trip and fall hazards. Approach with utmost caution.
You've got to be careful with going to the barn and buildings.
The 18.
Call the 18.
Barbed wire fence, that might be an issue. I thought it was still left open.
Well,
That's irritating.
fences and that. You get a bit of the fence where it's already broken.
Well, somebody's probably done it.
Yeah. If it's like pictures have been taken already, then there's ways that they've. I mean, a lot of these places, I think, they'll get in one way or another. They'll get their videos and pictures, they'll put them online and see them. So if it's been abandoned, it's going to be closed up originally. So through time, somehow we've got in, and that's why a lot of the pictures are, well, possibly why a lot of them are online. So that somehow they've got in. Well, if it's already open and there's a fence that's already down, we could go in. So they're not going to break in. I never ever do that in any videos.
Did you see Strathmartin Hospital, did you?
Yeah,
I checked on a Reddit post, somebody said missed your chance with that hospital, just been knocked down, eh?
Oh no, we've done a few adventures. Mine, we're in there, the other explorer.
Old factory on Pole Park Road used to be a good one when I explored when younger. Where the hell's Pole Park Road? Dundee?
Pole Park Road, that's what we presumably near Pole Park.
You don't say.
This is going to be honest, I don't know where exactly it is, but I'm going to guess it's at Pole Park.
Varying degrees difficult. Apparently another one's the old metro station at
Pole Park Road could be like a
Shanwell.
long road from the other end of the... I don't know where it is, you stick it in Google. It's terrible, I've lived it on life and never know.
Old metro station at Shanwell, Tentsmuir of Tayport.
It's strange, maybe someone took it over.
Why is he dressed as Spider-Man?
It was about a year ago. It was a year ago since Blue Mary was there. So a lot happens in a year, but this building, no, I didn't.
Because you need it.
Why did he dress?
Yeah, I just
You know,
said that.
question.
Why is he dressed as Spider-Man?
Jenny G is asking why. Why are you cousins?
Jenny G.
Wants to know where did you come from? What planet?
That's my daytime job.
His daytime job. There you go.
Soon you'll Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's it. It's his daytime job.
You ever
It's
been?
cousin of Gregor's. Cousin of Gregor's. If you've seen the fancy dress, then you'll know Gregor's.
Gregor's is annoying.
Gregor's.
It's annoying.
Whoa.
Rubbish.
There's an abandoned mansion just off at A90 on your Forfa. Kincaldrum House, I think it's called. Oh, there's another one.
Was that?
Kincaldrum House. Kincaldrum House.
Caldron.
Near Forfa, just off A90.
Fair enough.
Any info on that?
I can search it. I just heard about the old metro station at Shanwell, apparently Tentsmuir end of Tayport.
That's not that far away.
No, it says it's usually got interesting graffiti. Apparently the College of Commerce on Constitution Brae is reasonably well secured, but there's occasionally a gap in the fence and a way to the building. So. Another one's House of Grey out towards Liff.
I know that one.
I've never heard of that one.
House of Grey, I've been there. I've covered that
I
one.
know there's a place called Dykes of Grey, but I don't know about House of Grey. That might just be the one abandoned cottage there, is
Yeah,
it?
well, it's quite a big house. I've done a
House of Grey was well
footage
secured
on
when we
that.
checked.
3 years ago actually.
Always
I've done-
fancied Conchi College.
Yeah, Conchi
Never heard of
College.
it.
Mine go. Just got to be a Spider-Man.
This guy
He's
says...
not in the ground.
Guy's watching the stream. This guy said 6 months ago he knew a guy who found the front door keys for the Conchi College. How
That's
does
a lot.
that happen?
How did he find them? What the hell were they
Jesus.
lying on the deck for? Where have they found them?
Eagle Mill on
Where did
Victoria Street is
where
empty
did
but
they-
not an easy access. College on Constitution. There's got cameras everywhere and security will appear within minutes.
They say where they found them, but they don't say where they found them. They could have found them in
Yeah.
what,
Dens
somebody's-
Road Market's derelict but dangerous.
Where did they find them? Where exactly?
Queen Victoria Works between Brook and Douglas Street.
Queen Victoria. It's going to be an old one then, isn't it?
Oh,
Cool.
God. Yeah. So what was that one that person said? Kincaldrum? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Kincaldrum, yeah. Kincaldrum, just off the A90 near Forfar. Kincaldrum House.
Oh God, yeah, that's well abandoned.
Bloody heck.
That's a big house, that.
Jesus.
That's almost a castle. Yeah.
Seen this? Oh. You seen this one?
Kincaldrum House. Move it a bit back, it might focus. A wee bit here. Your face is in the way.
What do you think? Think so, that one? Seen it?
It's quite an interesting one. Inverarity, it
It's a bit
says.
of a roof
Oh god. Well, it just gets worse, doesn't it? But it's kind of lost its roof.
on that. Bloody heck, where is that?
That's the same one, Kincardine House,
that's-
Inverarity.
oh, right.
It's definitely worth a check, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
We'll make our way up there at some point, I think. When I get my motor back as well.
Well, that's it. We'll maybe do
That's
that
kinda
as soon
what it
as, like, yeah, because I always go up during the day
Yeah.
so that I could see the building, get to know what it's like, because we've done that. We've done night adventures before when it's been pitch dark.
That'd be awkward.
Better doing it during the day and find out what it's like first before you do a night adventure. But there was one where we did
Oh
do a
my
night adventure
God.
first. It was, you remember this one? It was all Kilts Line Works, the Fever Hospital, the Thornton's Fever Hospital. You remember that? That was at night. It was me and another guy, another explorer. Well, two of us. There's two explorers. There was four of us all together. We went at night at the Kilts Line Stoneworks. It's the old limestone at Kilts. And then they had they dug down for the limestone.
That's an issue.
It was mining. And the other one we went to was Thornton.
The place they were asking us to go, that Kincardine House one, it's on the grounds of a place called Kinnettles Castle. And at that place, it's still obviously a thing. It's got the gates there.
Ah,
And it's way down a private drive, so there's a castle, and then the building's there.
yeah, so it's on private ground then. You've got to go past an actual live but private. So it's like walking through somebody's
Of course.
garden to get to it. You
Oh,
can't
well,
do that.
maybe not now, because that looks like the inside of it when it was okay.
Yeah, it looks really good actually.
Yeah. That can't be now, though, because they said it was abandoned.
Yep, that's it.
Is this the wrong one?
It's creepy. Yeah, it does. A lot of the buildings do look creepy when they're
Oh, yeah.
abandoned. It's scary, like. That South Martin Hospital, that was
That's
really,
the
really,
wrong.
really
That's
creepy.
got to be the wrong place, because that was a photo that was taken 5 years ago, and it still looks absolutely functional.
Oh, that's
That's the wrong place. Surely to God.
That's not right. Yeah. There's lots of other places. We're going to have to get like a list,
Yeah.
research into these places, find out what ones have already been, opened, already explored, and it's still abandoned. So we're going in without breaking it because we're not breaking it.
Yes.
But if it's still open and it's still abandoned, we could get a list for searching it, and we could go there and get a video of it and show you the latest.
Yes.
If you park on the road to the south, you can walk across the field and get right in.
See, I'm on a map just now. It says there's Inverarity and there's Inverarity on the other side, but it's on the left-hand side that actually says Kincardine, south-wise. There's East Cotton Farm, there's AM Phillip Truck Tech below it.
Oh, truck tech, thinking
It's just a case of which grounds is that house on, you know?
The owners and security will be watching and saying, right, we'll just be waiting for you nabs, you know, you're just stolen your plans.
Oh, they didn't ken when.
Nah, they won't wait.
Next Sunday, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, there you go. So, be there.
Yeah.
We've just gone on the Friday.
Exactly.
We're going for the barricade and got all the fence. I don't know what we said, but maybe we're I don't know where we're going. We're not just thinking. We're just thinking about the plan. But obviously, when we're finished here, we'll have to then properly research and decide where we're going. Then we'll do a proper video.
Parking road to the south here, what's going through?
And then we get to get the footage and edit it. and
Slightly
put it on.
irritating because I have no idea where I'm going.
Spider-Man.
Give us some details on how to get there, because obviously you can. Another place called Curtin, and another place called Douglastown as well. There's a Curtin, yeah, just out of Inverarity or whatever.
Yeah, it was just a like the garage.
Yeah. So I'm having a look, because when you put Kincardine House, it brings up Kinnettles Castle. So, just in case you want to give us a hand, I'm sat on the map. That little round circle there is Kinnettles Castle. The dual carriageway down the way, yeah, that's right. Yeah, see, that is the problem.
Maybe that's a bit better, I think.
Give you a hand.
Something like that, anyway. Oh, haha.
There's a hand there. There's a hand.
But if you fancy giving us a little hand here, we can help us find it.
If you park on the road there, well, that's just...
That's the same house, yeah.
Yeah, because there was one of my viewers was wondering when we're going to do another abandoned house one. And I was thinking
Before I
that
go home, I
earlier.
know what I'm doing.
Oh, there we go. Look, if you type in this reference number on Google
That's
Maps,
coordinates.
so you're the expert.
56.
With that and everything.
Yeah, .591 9394 and then
You don't need to worry because you could just use your spanner and just go right over that fence.
Minus
Apart that
2.
fence, you're over it. You'll go up like that. I just don't know. I'm going to get in like that.
You'll get through 9267. If I can get through, you can get through. I'll just put a hole in the fence with my big belly. 155. Also, before I go home, I'm going to get one of the sorties out of that garage again. I can't help it. They're good. Thank you very much.
Delicious. I like them.
Thank you very much.
Oh, so thank you.
So that was very south of the road that I thought it was. And you're right, it is very well hidden by the trees.
Wow.
So,
Could you drive down this road?
well, there's Crittles Castle, it's down there. So you go along,
Don't need to cut
That
across
there.
any private ground to get to it.
I don't think so, because you just go up there, and it's, oh no, what is this? So, this is what I don't get. It looks like there's 2 roads you can take, but they go past people's property.
Nah, see, that's...
But, there's too many trees in the way. But this says if you park on the road at the south, like down there, and just walk across the field. How would you manage that?
Bear in mind, we're only just
It's only thinking. Yeah.
thinking, we're not planning on doing this. So we're just thinking about it. We're
Yeah.
only discussing.
If it's not something that's publicly available, probably won't do it.
Yeah, exactly. So don't think we're going to
Yeah.
do this when we're not meant to. We're just
No,
researching into it to see how
it's not going to happen if it's not freely.
it's, you know, we're not doing it
accessible,
properly.
yeah.
Exactly. We're not just going to say, we're just go march across someone's front lawn and
Yeah.
just go in anyway, you know, just full blitz, full steam
You wouldn't
engines.
have ken it was a. There's the road that they suggested we park on, right?
It's a narrow one, yeah.
It looks narrow. You'd think, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Literally in those bushes, you can just see a little bit of brick, and that's where it is.
Jesus, it's
That's impossible
well
to get
hidden.
there.
Yeah.
Question is, how did they access the property back then? Down this drive.
Yeah, they would have went through the main entrance,
Yeah.
past the actual.
Well, that looks like it is. It's in those bushes. So it's down that road there. Somebody's.
You can walk on any land.
Oh, yeah,
if
there's
it's
no
got
trespassing
someone
laws in
for
Scotland, yeah.
you. So they'd have to.
No authorities to stop you.
Stop you.
That, I mean, yeah, I knew there was no trespassing laws, but they, I don't know. To be fair, that is the one house that stops you getting there, down that road, and it looks like it's just one probably old guy that lives there. But you just walk down that path, and by the looks of things, past that old bar. I don't know.
We're just researching. We're not saying it. We're just looking at what's viable and possible. But it's just an interesting one to bear in mind.
It certainly is, because I would like to go there, you know, but
Yeah. What was that one that was in Fife? The taper and one of the graffiti.
Oh,
Was that what it was?
graffiti.
Uh,
That was,
It's nearer. It looks like it's more.
oh, right, the Tayport one, eh?
Public, private.
Right,
ground or
yeah, it doesn't seem public, but it's the old metro station at Shanwell.
something. Old metro station.
Or Met Station, they said, but yeah. I'm going to Google that then.
Yeah.
Met Station.
Oh, there's I can. Like this one, swing one. There's.
Chris Man, Strowman and Spider-Man. Chris Man, Strowman and Spider-Man. Well done, mate. I'm guessing
Leon.
who you are, but I won't say your name in case your identity is a secret.
That's fair enough.
Shit, they know you're Peter Parker.
Oh, you can. That's Gregor's cousin. Gregor's. Oh, Lear, I'll get back to you about the arrangements for later on in the week for that arrangement you mentioned there. So yeah,
Spider-Man's trying to get me.
you know. You know this again.
People to save. I'll be back.
I'll be 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. Very good. You.
2 seconds.
Okay. Right. So so is you. Yeah, that was a surprise. I didn't expect to have company during a live. It's the first time I've ever done a live and genuinely had the mic, yeah. So yeah, I think it's getting a bit late now. It's now 40 minutes I've been on that. Yeah, they genuinely took me by surprise. But I knew that I just had a sneaky feeling. That's okay. Have you been to the abandoned RAF base at Teeland? Oh gosh, there's another one to Soulmate. I hope you can make it. Yeah, I hope I can make it as well. I'll get back to you on that. I'll have to just see how we're getting on. We've got a few things to sort out, but hopefully I can manage Leon. God, I miss the company already. It just feels alone again. The RAF base at Teeland, I'd have to Google it. I don't have Strange got his phone with him. I'll have to ask him when he gets back. to Google it and find out and do a bit of research into it, but I think I've been to the Earth House at Teeling. Teeling Earth House. That's a historical, ancient, sort of like remains of, it's way probably hundreds of years old, like the Earth House in Teeling. I've done a video on that 3 years ago, so it's getting on a bit. I didn't expect to be on as long, to be fair. I really didn't expect to be on this long. So I've covered quite a bit actually. There'll be what? Oh, he's brings. God, that's what it is. Yeah, he's just gonna park next to me on this. I bet it was bad in Dad's car. It's I'm sitting there idling it and using up petrol and he's just parking there. Teeling, that was the base of Black Prince coaches, not the Yorkshire based Black Prince. No, that's miles apart. No, Teeling up by the Sidlaws. It's probably about 5 miles north of Dundee. No, maybe not even that. But 3 miles north. 2.5, 3 miles north of the boundary of Dundee. Richard, it's near Richard, Graham, Colin, Donald, Stephen, Kevin, I'm just saying names at random. Harry, sorry, I'm just saying different names here. Leo, it's just not far from Craigill Hall. They're going to get me a copyright strike. They're playing music. It's going to show through on here. No, he likes his loud music. Yeah, by the way, I've lost where I am on the charts. So, yeah, so it's quite. I think I've covered all the main things, as I say. The abandoned ones, I'm just waiting on getting access to the internet because of to Google that one. Blue Mini. I'm just waiting on Stroon coming with these internet. I can't with this. If I go and Google on this, it'll just break the live. The other device, it's not really any use because it's not online. It's just a device for. This is good for the picture quality. I know the song he's playing. I know the reason why they're playing that song as well. You're hearing me right enough. I keep forgetting you. Don't play that too loud, mind, because I'm gonna get copyright. With that, you'll wake half the. No, there's nobody really around there. You probably draw the wrong attention if you play too loud of music at this time of night. Yeah. So, well, Stroon, if you're watching this, could you look at the charts and see about that place that the abandoned RAF base at Teeling? I could hear them shouting in the car. They're mucking about in the car. Well, you're watching this, Stroon, so if you want to put in that on Google, you could get Google on your phone. If you Google an abandoned RAF base at Teeling, it's suggested by Blue Mini. I'm just trying to think now. You know this, I've been to the pillboxes just outside Tayport. I've done a video on that. There's also a place up in Aberdeen as well. Battery, place at Battery. Up at Aberdeen. And that was an old, the disused buildings. Something to do with the war and that. I covered that on the video quite a few years ago. Like I could hear it for years. But yeah. So yeah, I've had a good weekend. I've been busy. I'm on my holiday at the moment. I did say to you I was thinking of going down to Bath in England. Oxford and Blackpool, but I've had to change that plan because of financial situation and the car, the repair bill for the engine overhaul. I don't have my own car at the moment. It's getting this engine done, so I wouldn't want to be doing all this miles in my dad's car. I'd rather do it in my own car. My car has been longer in the garage than I planned or what I thought. It's cost more than I thought, and I can't afford to do that. So I will do it next year, next spring. I'm planning on going down to visit Oxford in England and the English city or town of Bath, and also Blackpool. I was going to do another England excursion. I was hoping to do it during this holiday, but to be honest, it's actually too soon because my summer holiday was only just back in September, late August into September, and I think they're just waiting on me finishing this actually. So the holidays are too close together, so I didn't really have enough money saved anyway. I'd be kind of pushing it to do it, but it's probably better to go in spring. The weather will be better, and I'll have more. I hope I'll have my car by then, surely. There's an abandoned water wheel on the way to the Sidlows. See, believe me, they've not got your coordinates. Or you see what I could do. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I hope and hopeless at pronouncing names. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but it's blew me. I'll look back on the chats and I'll take a note of the coordinate there that you sent me, and I'll send it to. And I could probably do it myself later on. Do it myself, can't I? And then I can just research. And thanks for the input, by the way. Thanks for these suggestions. I'll look into that. And obviously, I'm not saying we're just going to go there. We'll have to properly research it. We're going to have to go there, see that we're not actually doing anything wrong. We don't want to cause any problems and go and, cross somebody's front garden or right over their driveway. We don't want to do that. We want to go somewhere where it's not going to cause any problems to anybody. I've got to really look at the situation of how I'm going to get parked. What this condition of the building is it going to be used, is it in the development, is it safe to go in, etc, etc. There's research to be done before we just sort of go in. I've been putting it online, I've got to say that at least, and I've got to do that. I can't publicise just, I've got to do it properly. If I was going to do it any other way, I wouldn't publicise it. But no, I wouldn't advise doing it. I'd have to do it right, properly research into things, because we don't want to cause any problem. I'm never ever breaking any, regardless if it's all boarded up and fenced over and we can't get in, then that's how it is. But don't go up there with anything that break in through fences or tear boards off. I don't do that. I don't, and they don't do it to my knowledge. I've never known anybody that during the explanations that we've done regarding the videos that do that for the other explorers that I've been with, when I've been recording it for YouTube and anything like that. I haven't done it anyway. I don't break into anything like that. I only go in if it's already open, and that's it. That sounds good. Bristol's a nice Bristol, nice city. Yeah, Bristol. I drove down that way. I wasn't far from Bristol when I done my Wales excursion. There was only really so much I could do. I was pretty close to Bristol too. I think I'm going to have to go. But yeah, I'll bear that one in mind. Yeah, Bristol. I've said I've driven past that way before. I'm actually sure I've maybe driven through it. I never really spent many time in it. This rings a bell because I think I may have driven through it for something. I went down to do a tour of a nuclear power stations down there. It was Hinkley Point C and Hinkley Point B. I've done two tours. I went and got a tour inside Hinkley Point B, which is owned by EDF Energy. It's actually generating electricity, that one, nuclear atomic power station. Hinkley Point C, which is probably finished now. I went there in 2018 and done a tour, but I wasn't allowed off. It was a coach, special doctor here. That's them. The coach went in to the building site where they were building Hinkley Point C, but I wouldn't be allowed to photograph that. I wasn't allowed to take. The fact what they do is they search you. They're not allowed to take any recording devices into nuclear power or atomic sites like that. So I can only just tell you about my experience. I was interesting, let's put it like that. I went through EDF Energy. You got to give them one and you got to book through them. I don't know if I still do them or not. Since the 2020. Since then, it's I've never heard, with this what happened in 2020, like. But it's changed a lot of things, isn't it? I hope that they still do. I maybe have to check back with them, but if you're interested, what I'd done is I just went to EDF Energy and asked them if I could get a tour inside the nuclear power station. They were doing tours that were on offer to the public, but they do the security checks. It could take up to 2 weeks, and it's really fascinating. But you've got to wear all the PPE, not like radioactive stuff, but just the hard hat, high vis. You not allowed to have open top shoes. You've got to abide by like all the rules. There really are shit hot, strict on rules there. I mean, like when you're walking upstairs, you've got to hold on to the rail. It's just to cut accidents down and stuff like that, just to show that their safeties are like bigger than #1 priority, like, which it should be anyway with nuclear power station. But you know, having to stand and hold the handrail, but like this. But no, you've got to do that in a nuclear. You can't argue with them. If they're saying that you must do that if you're in a nuclear power site. It's just the nature of it. It's rules. There's blooming police with machine guns here. It's strict, really strict. You've got to go through like a metal detector and everything. They are strict. There's no messing about there. Like if they say you do it, then they 2 years. I mean, it seems a bit sort of like childish in some areas now, but where in a nuclear power site, you just got to go by their rules. You must, and it's strict, very strict. I've been to all EDF Energy nuclear power stations in Britain. There was 8 of them. There was Turness, I went there, toured that. There was Hunterston B in west coast of Scotland. There was Hartlepool, I done that one. I done Hinkley Point, I done Heysham, I done Sizewell, I done Dungeness B down in the south east of England, and I done Hinkley Point C. There was 8 of them. I done all 8 of them, toured in every one of them. My mate worked in one of them as well. He worked in one of the power stations, and I spoke to him. He's like, I was jealous actually. He gets the wouldn't it? You know, I was good at science. That was the favourite subject at school. I beat him on one of the subjects, but he was good in our department. He was working for the nuclear power station we had a deal and working with it. He was involved in it. But yeah, I've been fascinated in nuclear. There's one up in the north of Scotland as well. It was Dounreay Nuclear Power Station. They weren't doing tours, but I've been near it. Like there is a visitor centre, or was a visitor centre there. So that's about approaching the 2 hour mark. I think I'm going to have to just round this off. I've been on here 2 hours. It's going to get tiring now. Right, you are waiting and just going to round this video off. Okay, well I've covered what I was wanting to say mainly at the start. I got an unsurprised gate crash from so that was good fun. They were fine. I've been on the videos before anyways. Stu's got his own YouTube channel. In fact, I could hear that. He's got his channel as well. He doesn't put much on it, like Spider-Man, Gregor's cousin. Right, okay. I think that's all the chat's done. Right, well, thanks for tuning in and interacting on it. Believe me, thanks for all your input for the places that you've suggested to go to as far as the adventures for the abandoned places are concerned. I'll look back on the charts anyway, to especially the coordinates that you've put in there. But what we're going to do is discuss it, properly, and decide what we're going to do. Yes, that's the hint. And finished. They'll just give me the hints all the time. Oh, enjoy the rest of your night. Yeah, same to yourself, Jenny. You have a good night, safe drive home. Yeah, thank you. I'll catch you all later, okay? Bye for now. Bye. Oh, dear, what I cancel? Yes.